So, hello, am I audible?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Leadership and learning are indispensable to each other, said by John F. Kennedy, the former American president. Yes, it is true. Leadership and learning are truly indispensable to each other. How? Toastmasters, as it helps us in both ways to improve our leadership as well as learning skills. So by taking up roles in SCOM or meeting role, by taking a part of meeting role or being a part of XCOM team, it helps us to develop our leadership skills by exploring the unexplored skills in ourselves. So in that process, Toastmaster helps us to improve our leadership skills. In that process, we also learn new things about ourselves also. So in that aspect, John F. Kennedy's words comes to that is leadership and learning are indispensable to each other. On this note, I introduce today's MC or Toastmaster of the day for the today's meeting, Toastmaster Gautam Andala. He is a passionate and enthusiastic Toastmaster who will be joining IIM Raipur shortly for this MBA admission. So with this, I hand over control to Toastmaster of the day, Gautam Andala. Gautam Andala, stage is yours.
Thank you, Toastmaster Guruvayurappan, for this wonderful introduction of me. So, good evening, Toastmasters and guests. And today's theme is going to be, what is your fear? So, Toastmasters, what is your fear? Can anyone unmute and answer me? Apart
My wife. Hello, my wife is my fear.
Oh my God. Okay, sir.
We all know the truth, Zach.
Okay. So, in this situation, we all must be in fear, right? The fear of getting exposed to the virus, fear of losing the job, fear of ticket, and all these fears leads to depression, anxiety, nervousness. Even I had all these problems and fears, and I still have, but I overcome some of my fears, and I will share with you along the course of the meeting. So, as an introductory session, we will be having a gaming session called as the War of the Words, conducted by Toastmaster Abhirami. So, when I asked her about what is a fear, she said like fear of failing is a major fear. Now, she is overcoming it by experimenting different things. So, Toastmaster Abhirami, the stage is yours.
Thank you, Tiyamuri. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests once again. So I'll be the game master and I'll be taking you through one of the games today. Let me quickly share my screen. Yeah, so hope it's visible. Okay, so it's more of a vocabulary check and brain stimulating exercise that we will be going through today. When you look at the rules of the game, there are not much rules. You just need to give away the answers as and when asked for. Okay, so the first activity is that we have a big word from which you're going to find all those baby words out of it. So say I give you a word, example, paper, which has P-A-P-E-R. You will use these letters and you will make new words. So what we will do is we will have 30 seconds time, which I'll take care of. And you'll all write down how many words you can find from the given word. So maybe you can use the chat boxes. Maybe you do not post the answer, but you can write it out there and then we can see who's got the maximum number of words in 30 seconds. Yeah. So let's quickly start with that. Maybe timer, can you note the time as 30 seconds for this? We will start now. Okay. So moving on to the word. The word is elephant. So please start.
we can take ant.
Yeah, you can note it down, and at the end you can give the answer. Keep noting it down. We will see who's got the maximum number of answers, and then
Time's up.
yeah, thank you. So how many answers? So has someone come with 10 answers? Anyone there? Or 5? Can people give the number?
5.
4.
11. 11. Who's this 11?
7.
7. Okay. Anybody more beyond 7? Anyone beyond 7? I think no one. Okay. This is Geeta, ma'am.
Yeah, I'm Geeta.
Yes, ma'am. Please
So
go
can I
ahead.
read? Yeah, ant, pant,
Yeah.
then pan, hen, pen, ten.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and
10. Okay.
yeah, it's 6.
Leap.
Okay. So maybe the others want to try. Very nice, Geeta, ma'am. Maybe the others want to try with any other answers that have been found out of the.
Then tap.
Help.
Sorry.
Hat.
Hat. Okay.
Leap.
What's
Pat.
the
Pat.
Okay. Pat.
And
Leap.
Help.
L-E-
Help.
Yeah. Help.
Peel.
hat. Hat. H-A-T.
Yeah. Hat is already there. Yeah.
Leap.
H-A-T. Hat.
L-E-A. Leap.
Ent,
Heap. H-E-A-P.
Okay.
Peel.
EAP,
Sir, tent. T-E-N-T. Tent.
You can use the letter T only once.
Heap.
T-E-N-T. Tent.
Eat. E-A-T. Heap. H-E-A-P. Heap.
Heap is already
Oh,
there.
T-E-N-T. Tent.
There is only one T.
PEAP,
Leap. L-E-A-P. Eat. E-A-T.
P-E-A-P. P-E-A.
P-A-P. Okay. Yeah. Pat is already there. Yeah. Okay.
Eat. E-A-T.
P-A-T is already here.
Ten. Sir,
Nap.
10.
Yeah. Pen. Yes.
10.
NAP,
A pen
NAP,
is
nap.
there, yeah.
NAP, NAP,
Okay.
T-E-N. 10.
10.
10 is already given. NAP, NAP, NAP,
NAP. Yes.
EAT. EAT. Eat.
Leap. L-E-A-P. Leap.
Great.
L-E-A-p. Leap.
Great.
APE, APE,
Wow. Yeah.
EAT.
net, NET, net,
Okay.
EAT. Eat.
Wow. So one more. Anyone wants to try?
T-H-E. The. T-H-E. The. T-H-E. The.
Yeah.
Very
Yeah. So are we exhausted now?
Plate.
Sorry.
Oh.
Plate. P-L-
Oh. Ha. H-A. Ha. Ha ha. H-A.
Okay.
Madam,
Okay.
Madam, planet. Planet.
Hen. Oh, hen on the show. Okay.
You have that word. Planet is a very good word, yeah.
Planet.
P-L-A-N-E-T. Okay. Yeah.
Plant.
Plant.
Late. L-A-T. Late.
Planet. Planet.
Hey, there is no.
P-L-A-N-T.
Planet.
There is no R. Learn will not come.
P-L-A-N-E-T.
Madam, you have
Okay. Okay.
Planet.
Let's move on to the next one. I think yeah, planet is good. Then P-L-A-N-E-T. Yeah, planet is good. Yes. That's the best one found of the whole thing.
So you can ask me, Gautam, even we used to have this pair of children.
Okay.
P-L-A-N-E-T. Planet.
So I just try to get some more answers out of it. Yeah, we are more or less covered with everything. Yeah.
Parents used to wait.
Okay. Now let's move on to the next activity. So this is on the prefix. So it's like we give you a word and you need to find the antonym, the opposite of it, by adding a prefix to it. So say happy, the opposite would be ideally sad, but we don't say sad, we are going to add a prefix. We're going to say unhappy. So this is how the game is going to be. Anyone can give an answer. Now I'll move on to the questions for this. Yeah. So what is the,
Inaccurate, disagree, unfair,
yeah,
mispronounced, irrelevant, unusual, unqualified,
yeah,
misspell,
Misspell
irregular.
independent.
yeah,
Inaccurate. Inaccurate.
yes,
Unethical. Unethical. Unethical.
Irregular.
Disqualified.
great. I think Abhilash went with most, got most of the answers.
Unethical.
Yeah, great. Yeah. So let's move on to the next one, which is on the suffixes. So here, say when the line is something like the speech was full of humor, rather than saying it that way, you can say it as the speech was humorous, where you make that word humor, you add OUS, which is a suffix, and fit it into the sentence. It's more of making the word, which is a noun or a verb, into an adjective form. So we'll fill in the blanks with the word. Moving on to the next slide. Yeah. So the first one
is golden.
yes.
Second one
Weekly newsletter.
Yes. Right.
Useful, useful,
Useless. Useful.
accountable,
Unaccountable.
creation.
Held accountable.
Creative.
Okay. So the first one is golden. It's a golden opportunity. We have two education sessions lined up, and it's a golden opportunity. And the second one, as Geeta ma'am rightly said, it's a weekly TMI newsletter, which is published on time. And you may find it quite useful to get a personal feedback from your mentor after.
We didn't read the sentence entirely. Just made it useful or useless.
And then the treasurer of the club is held accountable for the safety of the club funds. Accountable. And the EXCOM proposed the creation of a new EXCOM rule of whatever. Yeah. So these are the prefixes, suffixes. So why we are saying prefixes and suffixes is to make our sentences crisp and short so that we can be on time with things. Yeah. So now moving on to the next one. So the words that we use, rather than every time saying I'm very happy, to inform you all, what would be a better way of saying I'm happy?
Extremely. I'm elated.
Excited.
Yeah. Yes.
Excited.
Yes. So what other words? A few more.
It is a pleasure to inform you all.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Glad. I am very glad to inform.
Great. Yeah. So rather than saying happy all the time, so we can say I'm delighted, pleased, glad, thrilled, elated. Yeah. So all these options. And then rather than saying that she said or he said, every time when we narrate a speech, we say someone said something. What are the better ways of saying that?
She explained. She expressed.
She told.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Great.
Yeah. And then lastly, instead of saying a very good speech, what are the other
Excellent. Excellent.
Yeah. Yeah. So these are the other ways of saying excellent, wonderful, brilliant. So Timodi,
Brilliant.
use these words for us for the rest of the day, rest of the session. Yeah. Thank you so much for the opportunity. Over to you, Timodi.
So thank you, Toastmaster Abhirami, for that wonderful session. And I hope everyone has enjoyed that session. So since my childhood, I have this strange fear, that is fear of exams. So you all now can ask me, like, even we used to have the fear of exams. What differentiates you? I used to faint just minutes before the exam. Even while giving my public exams, that is on 10th and 12th public exams, my parents used to wait just outside the exam hall. Having that problem, I was able to ace the CAT exam. And you all should be knowing that how difficult and how pressure that exam is. And do you want to know how I overcome that? Yes, by being prepared and preparing myself for that exam. So before giving the real CAT exam, I gave around 80 mock tests for that exam. By giving those mock tests, prepared me physically as well as mentally to give that exam. So one of the method to overcome fear is being prepared. We should be prepared for anything. Now our Toastmasters are prepared to face the fear of public speech. Yes, it's time for the public prepared speech session. So for the benefit of the guest, every Toastmasters meeting has a prepared speech session and then table topic session and an evaluation session. So before having the prepared speech session, I would like to call the general evaluator to introduce the tag team. I would like to call general evaluator Toastmaster John Sherlin to take over this space.
Hello, sir. Good evening, Toastmasters and guests. I'm the general evaluator of today's meeting. As a general evaluator, I will evaluate the end-to-end things which are happening in the meeting, and I will give a feedback on what are the improvement points which can be done in the future meetings. Right now, to assess me, I have two set of teams. One is the tag team, the timer, accounter, and grammarian, and another set of team is the evaluator team, with whom I will be introducing in the later part of the meeting. Right now, I will introduce the tag team. Timer for today is Toastmaster Deepak. Toastmaster Deepak Thompson is working in L&T Technologies as project lead. He's basically a mechanical engineer, innovator, wildlife photographer, chef, and foodie. And he had nominated himself for various leadership roles in L&T, in the organization he was working. Right now, I will call Toastmaster Deepak to read out his project objectives. Over to you, Toastmaster Deepak.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters, friends, and guests. As a timer, my role is to remind all speakers on how much time they spent on their speech, so that we will run this meeting on time. At the end of the meeting, I will be back to present my report.
Okay. Thank you, Toastmaster Deepak, for sharing your objectives. Next, I would like to call upon the accountant for today is Toastmaster Abhilash. Toastmaster Abhilash is a very enthusiastic Toastmaster and he is a very young Toastmaster. He tries to do everything in a different way. He thinks out of the box and do every role to the perfection. He tries new things in every meeting. Now I would like to call upon Toastmaster Abhilash to explain the accountant objectives.
Thank you, Toastmaster John, my dear mentor, for that wonderful introduction. Good evening, everyone. It's a great pleasure to be your accountant for today. Today, as your accountant, my job is to note filler words such as so, etc. that you use in your speech, and to report it at the end while being called upon by the general evaluator. So these words, basically what they do is, while you use them unknowingly, and they lower the quality of your speech. So it will be my objective to note these and present them to you. Over to you, general evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Abhilash. Now I would like to introduce Toastmaster Lakshmi Narayanan, the grammarian of today's meeting. He works as a software engineer in Applied Materials India for the past 15 years. He is basically electrical engineer by qualification, but software engineer by profession. He had been CTM previously, and he had also rejoined very recently. Now I would like to call upon Toastmaster Lakshmi Narayanan to read out his project objectives.
Thank you, John. Good evening, Toastmasters and guests. As a grammarian, it's my responsibility to pay close attention to all speakers. I'll try my best to listen carefully to good and bad usage of language. I'll take note of outstanding words, quotes, sayings, or thoughts. Also, as a grammarian, it is also my duty to introduce the word of the day, which I'll be presenting here now. The word of the day is dread. I repeat, it's dread. You can make it as dreadful or dreaded. So meaning is to feel extremely worried or frightened about something that is going to happen or that might happen. The usages are, I really dread speaking in public. I get so nervous. I dread to think what they say about me behind my back. The moment we have dreaded for so long has arrived. Each speaker is encouraged to use the word of the day, and I'll give the grammarian's report when called upon during the meeting, and also report on the usage of the word of the day. And over to the general evaluator. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Lakshmi Narayanan, for explaining.
Please, sir. Display
explaining
the
your
word of the day. Display the word of the day. Ah, okay. Thank you.
Right now, I think all the
Thank you.
members-
Thank you.
Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you. Now I would like to hand over the session back to our TM Modi, and I will I will meet you again at the later part of the meeting. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster John Shirley. So now the prepared speakers are ready with their speech. So today's first speaker is Toastmaster Srikant Kutty Krishnan. So before calling him, I would like to call his evaluator, Toastmaster Rekha, to read out his project objectives. Toastmaster Rekha?
Gautam, Toastmaster Gautam. Yeah, am I audible? Hello.
Yes, Toastmaster Rekha, you are audible.
Sorry, am I audible?
Yes.
Yes, you are very much audible.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, so Toastmaster Shri.
Toastmaster Rekha, your voice is not audible now. So, okay. So when I asked Toastmaster Srikant about what was his fear, he said his fear is fear. And whenever he get fear on something, he doesn't duck back. Instead, he used to face the fear very boldly. So Toastmaster Srikant, Telicheri, Toastmaster Srikant.
Yeah. Shall I? I'll repeat the.
Ma'am, again your voice is breaking. I think we can move on. You can share the project objectives in the chat.
Good afternoon, Toastmaster of the day, Gautam. Whatever may be your circumstances in the current situation, if you can imagine something different, something better for yourself, you can always create that in your life. Good afternoon, Toastmasters and dear guests. I was born in a remote village, or rather a town in northern part of Kerala called Telicheri. Almost after 3 months after my birth, my parents moved to Chennai, previously known as Madras. I did my schooling in Madras Christian College High School. I was just above average in studies and reasonably good in sports. Not knowing what to do further, life was just going on, and I would rather say I was sent to school rather than I had gone to school. Being that situation, life took a cruel turn 15 years old, I lost my father. My mother, as a single parent, had to raise a family. I have a sister who's up in age. We were going through very difficult times. My mother had to go through a day job and she had to make both ends meet with the meager earnings she had. To find one square meal a day was always a blessing for me. Having said this, all that I cared was I need to help and support my family financially. I was desperate, didn't know what to do, but only one goal I had. I need to support my mother. My mother, I would say, she was a very tough woman, rather I would say an iron lady. She would never allow anyone to sympathize with her family, nor she would be a person accepting others' help financially or otherwise. She would always welcome a moral support, but nothing more than that. She was very tough, as I said. So I wanted to help my mother to see through these bad days. That's when I was in my final year college, when I applied for a job in railways through Railway Recruitment Board. I had just 6 months to clear the exam and I had to do a lot of hard work. I was desperate. It was a do or die situation. It was a bit dreadful, but still, there's nothing that I had to fear about. My mother stood behind me rock solid. The first attempt, I cleared the Railway Recruitment Board exam in the year 1989. And today, by the grace of God, I have completed 31 years of service in central government. In the year 2000, the next most important thing happened in my life. The most favorite woman came into my life and I got married to Dhanila Srikanth. And it's 20 years since we have been married and we were blessed with 2 loving sons, Siddharth and Sarang. Sarang is his first year BTech and Siddharth is doing his 4th standard. Life was comfortable, but this one question kept nagging me. What is the purpose of life? Even birds and animals, they have a family, they raise a family, they build nests, they eat and they die. What is my purpose? Why am I here? They say usually when the student is ready, the master shows up. This pushed me to meet my guru from the Ramakrishna Ashram, Chennai. When I asked him this, he said, and I quote, Srikanth, we are all spiritual beings having a human experience and not human beings having a spiritual experience. This made me realize one very important thing in life, that whatever may be our possession, whatever maybe we have, nothing gives us eternal happiness. Whatever we have today, we have to leave behind one day. As Alexander the Great said, you come with nothing into this world and you leave with nothing. So this made me realize that eternal happiness is a state of mind where we can find within ourselves. All this has changed my focus in my life and it turned around to make me live a spiritual life, which literally means, in other words, in simple terms, you don't get attached. I repeat the word, you don't get attached to anything or any person in your life, because attachment is the most deadliest virus. You have to love everybody and serve everybody, but back of your mind, always remember, you have to leave behind everything one day and go. My dear friends, this is a brief history of my life, and this is how I spend my days, with another 10 years of service left in railways, and then wishing that I find that eternal happiness by living a spiritual life. Here's what I want to leave you with. Most important thing which has impacted me even today in my life, and I quote, all that I am and all that I hope to be, I owe it to my mother, the Iron Lady, Mrs. Akila Kutikrishnan. Thank you very much for your patient hearing. Stay home, stay safe. Back to Toastmasters of the Day, Gautam. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Kuti Krishnan. That was an inspiring speech from you. So today's second speaker is Toastmaster Puneet. So before calling him, I would like to call his evaluator Toastmaster Geeta to explain his project objectives.
Thank you, Toastmaster Gautam. Good evening, everybody. Toastmaster Puneet is giving his level 1 project 2 research and presentation. So the purpose of this speech is for the member to learn or review basic research methods and present a well-organized, well-researched speech on any topic. The time limit for the speech is 5 to 7 minutes. Over to you, Toastmaster Gautam.
Yes. Toastmaster Puneet. Money grows on trees. Money grows on trees. Toastmaster Puneet. The space is yours.
Thank you. Check, check. Am I audible and visible?
Yes.
Can
Yes.
someone? Excellent. Thank you so much, President Guru Ayyappan, sir. Time is the most important coin which we have. It is the only coin which we have, and it's up to us to determine how we utilize. Let's not allow others to spend it for us. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. Jim Brown once said, formal education makes you a living. Self-education makes you a fortune. In this quest to attain fortune, I encountered amazing Toastmaster friends, brilliant teachers, and the most important teachers of all, my parents. In fact, when I wanted to join Toastmasters Club in my 4th year of my college, I asked my father, Father, I want to join this beautiful club called Toastmasters, and the membership fee is around 5,000 rupees. My father looked at me. Puneet, already I've invested 9 lakhs of rupees on your engineering education. You want to join a club to make toast? I had to explain what Toastmaster is. And he added this one favorite line, which I'm sure most of us would have heard. Puneet, what do you think? Does money grows on trees? That day I learned that money doesn't grow on trees. It requires hard work, patience, perseverance, and whatnot. Fast forward, I carried this belief even till this date. But that belief got shattered a few weeks back. The content which I'm about to share is from this beautiful book called The Millionaire Fast Lane by MJ DeMarco. MJ DeMarco is an entrepreneur who got retired in his early 30s. And he talks about this beautiful concepts, 5 concepts which I'm going to share with you. Money does grow on trees if you own a money tree. In today's world, passive income is one of the most sought after topic, and he gives us certain seeds how we could inculcate in our life. By the way, I have made my life one small goal that I have to retire early. Now, my definition of retirement is create multiple sources of income in a way so that your lifestyle expenses plus taxes, so that your income from those are greater than the lifestyle expenses plus taxes combined. So he gives us 5 seeds which we can inculcate in our life. Number 1, rental systems. Number 2, computer and software applications. Number 3, content. Number 4, distribution. And number 5, human resources. Let me deep dive into each of these concepts one by one. Number 1, rental systems. Easy examples being real estate. It is one of the most oldest and still continues to be one of the ways to achieve wealth in the long run. But then if you do require a large amount of investment over there, our house, office spaces, these are certain examples wherein people have we become tenant to somebody else. But if real estate is not the thing, what are other things which fall into this category? Well, licensing is one, patent is another, or let me give you an example for patent. If I have invented a product, I want to patent it, I want to give it to others, I could earn certain amount on that. Even royalty is a good example. Nike's Air Jordan, which are shoes which were formed, a separate brand line dedicated to Michael Jordan, still continues to earn him millions of rupees. Michael Jordan retired long time back, but still it continues to fetch him amazing amount of money. Next comes computer or software application, those systems. The beauty of computer and software application that it could be scaled to millions of people. The moment you put a domain online, it is accessible to millions and billions of people. And what makes it different from the rental systems is that rental is limited only to few set of people, but internet has given way to expand to billions of people. Bill Gates, Larry Ellison of Oracle, these are some of the people who fall into this category. If you're a person who is tech savvy, who can solve the lives of people's problem through technology, this is one such way where you can become a millionaire in the long run. Third, content systems. In today's world, and it has been told long time back as well, content is the king. In the olden days, if you had to be rich through this medium, newspapers, magazine, these are some ways in which you would become rich. But in today's world, it has transformed dramatically. Content system along with computers and distribution system could make a person billionaire if they utilize it properly. J.K. Rowling, Dan Brown, some of the authors which we see have leveraged it to a great extent. Now I've told you about content, and even YouTubers also fall into this category. YouTubers, social media influencers and whatnot. Now let me come to the fourth system, distribution. If content is the king, distribution is the queen. There is no point making a product if you are not able to distribute to the masses. And what is distribution system? It's a means, it's an organization or a structure wherein you bring out product to the masses. Best examples are Walmart, Target, Nilgiris, our very own Sarvana Bhavan store. Sarvana store, sorry, I mixed it up with Sarvana Hotel. I love that restaurant, so I just jumbled it up. Sarvana stores, Nilgiris, you name all these massive retail stores. Aditya Birla Group and many of the industrialists have realized this big potential of distribution system. Even Big Basket as well is one part of the system. The biggest advantage of retail system or distribution system is that you can create your own line of product and you can scale it up to the next level. Now, last but not the least, one second, I forgot to add that even franchise is part of distribution system. McD, Starbucks, they all come under this category, in which once you create a franchisee, you get recurring income over a period of time. Last but not the least, human resources. It's a small system. It's a system wherein you employ people to work for you and in which you have to manage to a certain extent. One example will be the parking spaces which we see outside of our Chennai railway station. They are all employed to somebody else and there are people who are taking care of it. So that'll just wrap it up. So fellow Toastmasters, what are those things which suits your needs? So if you want to achieve freedom as soon as possible, these are probably 5 C's which you can use it. So I'll sum it up: rental systems, computer or software applications, third one being content, fourth one being distribution, and last but not the least, human resources. Utilize these seeds to create a tree of massive fortune for yourself. Over to the Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Puneet. So hereafter, when my parents will ask whenever I spend more, does money grows on trees? Now I'd be able to answer them. So now third speaker is Toastmaster Yasmin. So before calling upon her, I would like to call Toastmaster Syed Sultan to read out the project objectives.
Thank you, TMOD. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Today, my target speaker, Toastmaster Yasmin, will be giving a speech from the second project of third level. And the part she has chosen is innovative planning. The objective of this project, the purpose of this project is for Toastmaster Yasmin to deliver a speech with awareness of intentional and unintentional body language, as well as to learn, practice, and refine how she uses non-verbal communication when delivering a speech. All the best, Toastmaster Yasmin, and over to you, TMOD.
Thank you, Toastmaster Syed Sultan. So Toastmaster Yasmin is from Canada. So when I asked her about what is her fear, she said her greatest fear is fear of flying. Her husband being a commercial airplane pilot. So she is overcoming the fear by flying monthly with her husband. So Toastmaster Yasmin, life book, Life book, Toastmaster Yasmin. The space is yours.
Thank you. Life is like a book. Each day is a new page with adventures to tell, things to learn, and stories to remember. Good afternoon, distinguished Toastmasters, and most welcome guests. It is said that life is like a book. If so, it is a book that each day all of us write, whether we do it consciously or unconsciously. And if that is true, the best we can do is to invest our time on writing the best book that has ever been written, our own books. One of the problems with the education we receive today and what we society has established in general is that we only focus in a few areas of our lives. One of them being personal finances or our careers, our professional careers. And most of us, when we just focus in just a few areas of our lives, what it happens is that we leave everything else behind. We neglect our love relationships, our relationship with our kids, our own health. And I know that could sound like a cliche, but I know it's true. To create an extraordinary life, a life that you really want to live, it is important to focus on more than one or two areas. John and Bessie Butcher, a North American couple, identified that to design that exciting life, that life that we all want to live, we have to focus mainly in 12 different areas. The first 5 areas refer to your personal life. These areas refer only to you, separated from the rest of the world. And these areas are, first, our health and fitness. How much time we invest in getting ourselves in the best shapes of our lives. The second area, it refers to our intellectual area or life, which involves learning and also thinking. Third is our emotional life, and this refers to experiencing quality emotions. Basically, it refers to defining how we want to feel at every given time, regardless of what we go through. The third area is the character. And this category is essential because everything else depends on the decisions we make based on our own character. Fifth is our spiritual life. Then the next 3 areas refer to our relationships. One is our love relationship, that relationship we have with our partners, which is so important because it's probably the most important relationship in our lives. Then parenting, that relationship we have with our kids. And for people that doesn't have kids, this refers to anyone that looks up to you, anyone that looks up to you as a role model. Then we have social life, our associations. It has been said that we are the result of the 5 people we spend the most time with. That tells you how important are our associations and how important it is to find quality people and we spend the most time with them. Next is our professional life and our finances. And basically, as I mentioned before, these are the 2 areas that we tend to focus more on. Then we have our quality life. And here it's very important to establish or to mention that what quality of life means to you, it doesn't necessarily means the same to me. For some people, let's say, for instance, quality of life means to have a big house, means to have 2 cars in the garage. And well, for someone like me, having quality of life means just having a simple life, having a small apartment and not having a car, basically. Being able to move around the city with my bicycle and not having to think of car payments and insurance and all the other things that you have to think when you own a car. And lastly, we have our life vision. And this refers to the vision we have for our ideal life. And this is very important because most of us, we don't stop to think exactly how we want to live our lives. We get involved in, family life, career, and any other aspects, but we don't really stop and think, how do I see myself in 5 years from now, in 10 years time? We tend to rush, and by doing so, we don't take the time to really design a beautiful life, a life that is worth living. Therefore, I would like to invite you, all of you, to take that time to sit down, to quiet yourself and to really think, what do I want from life? How do I see myself doing or living in 5 or 10 years? And I think this is worth doing. So I would like to invite you all to do this. And I would like to see you all living that life you have designed for yourself. Back to you, Toastmaster.
Yes. Thank you, Toastmaster Yasmin. That was an insightful speech from you. So I have this problem of hydrophobia, which you all know, that is fear of water. And since my childhood, I won't go nearer to the water unless it's in a bucket or a jug. So during my childhood, so every summer holidays, I used to go to my native village. There will be big wells where my friends and cousins will be swimming during every afternoon. Me having that hydrophobia makes me dreadful to go nearer that wells. And I used to envy my cousins as well as my friends. So during my 12th holidays, I went, by a miracle, I went nearer to the well and I was watching my friends enjoying in that well, swimming and playing, and like they were enjoying. And suddenly my cousin came back to me and he pushed me inside the well. And I was scared to the core, and I was like, my mind went blank, like for a couple of minutes. And then I held my friend for a long time. And I learned swimming on that same day. And on that day, I came out of this hydrophobia, that is the fear of water. And 2018, I went to Goa beach. I went to Goa and I swam in the middle of a sea. And I was able to enjoy. So the second method of overcoming the fear is that you need one push from your close ones. So you all will be now fearing because of the table topic session, right? So in order to push you from that fear, we have the TT master, Toastmaster Tyagarajan, to conduct the table topic session. So, Toastmaster Tyagarajan, the space is yours.
This is Tyagarajan, Toastmaster, addressing you. Salutations to all of you. Signing in for a role of TT Master. In the outset, let me say very firmly, none should dread of me being a TT Master. Yes. The only thing we have to fear is only the fear. Franklin Roosevelt said. Only thing we have to fear is fear. Nothing beyond that. So let me, without wasting any time, let's move on to the first topic. Yes, Toastmaster Abraham Zakaria, fit man to set the ball in motion. Mr. Toastmaster Abraham Zakaria, yes, can I see your face so that I can present my topic to you, sir? I saw your face, Toastmaster Abraham
Yes,
Zakaria,
yes.
my esteemed
Yeah.
friend at DTM.
Yeah.
Yes, Toastmaster Abraham Zakaria. Sir, yes, Toastmaster Abraham Zakaria, this is the topic. Sir, how will you sell
Yes.
ice cream in the land of Eskimos? How will you sell ice cream in the land of Eskimos? Or alternatively, how will you sell Kashmiri winter clothes during the peak of summer in Chennai? Either this or that. There is a choice for you.
Okay.
You are those who, in my view, is the best salesman who sells ice cream in the land of Eskimos. Is it not? Yes. Please go ahead, Mr. Abraham Zakaria.
Thank you, table topic master and fellow Toastmasters and the esteemed guests. Long back, when I was in school, we went to ice creams and have an ice cream. Also, all of us ordered ice cream. We thought in a cool place you cannot eat ice cream. You know, you have get sick. A lot of things were there, and somebody was saying, "Don't buy this, that," because we are from a tropical place, and Hooty is a very elevated place. Then I realized, hey, it is like anybody else, anything else. It is the same ice cream, same taste you get. There is nothing. It is only some fear somebody has said, maybe out of their ignorance, that they are going to say that don't buy. Maybe they didn't want to spend money or whatever the reason. Friends, it is a dreadful thing to keep somebody off from what they wanted. It is only intentional, maybe out of ignorance also, I am not saying. But to sell ice cream is not that easy. All you have to do is, I'm coming to the practical side of the, all you have to do is, you start eating an ice cream. Then others, first one free, second one free, third one free, fourth one somebody will buy. And as it goes up, when it crosses 10, you increase the price also. So that is not a difficult part. See, it is only fear. You have to remove the fear. It is something like our very same public speaking. First day, you may not get the topic. Your knee will knock, all your throat will go dry, all problems. Over a period, what is there? This is like anything else. You can talk to as if you talk to anybody else. So you can speak. So it is only a fear, you know, that dropped on us by somebody. But it is a skill. But unlike the ice cream, where you have to show them the ice cream, you cannot give them an ice cream free and tell them, okay, boss, this is all. So this is how you can make them come out of the fear, and you can start selling it. So selling is a skill. In that skill, first you have to demonstrate that it is possible. Secondly, you make it free for them, so that allow them to enjoy it. Once they started enjoying it, you started selling, and once you started selling, you can increase your rate. That is from one club, Toastmasters having one district in Tamil Nadu. Thank you. Over to Tyagarajan.
Okay. Oh, thank you very much. Yes, VP Education is at liberty to give me a signal the moment when I have to withdraw. Okay, he is at liberty to do that. Moment he gives the signal, I will close the session. Okay, number 2 topic is time is the subtle thief of youth. Time is the subtle, S-U-B-T-L-E, subtle thief of youth. Is it not? 10 years before, how we all look, and 10 years after, how will we all look? Who is the wicked villain? The villain is time. He causes havoc, yes, on our look, and slowly he destroys the youth. Yes, any takers? Time is, I think, Toastmaster Rekha, Yes, time is the subtle thief of youth. Yes.
Yeah, thank you
Time
for
is the
offering.
subtle thief of youth.
Sorry, sir, I'm playing the role of an evaluator. Can we give this opportunity to non-role players?
Oh, you suggest
Oh, I
the
would
name.
love
You are at liberty.
Because I would love to, but there are non-role players.
Oh,
Anyone?
definitely. Who are the guests? I do
I
not
will
know.
pass it on to somebody.
I can volunteer.
Yes, please.
Do it. Time is the subtle thief of youth.
You can introduce yourself.
Yeah,
And then,
this is Toastmaster Sarath, member of Chennai Toastmasters.
yeah.
So thank you so much, sir, for giving that wonderful topic. Time is a subtle thief of youth. So when thinking about this topic, what comes in my mind is, of course, today's most of the youth is not using our time properly, and it is a thief which steals a lot of valuable skills, which is hiddenness. If we use the time properly, surely we can bring lot of things out in the world. And if we make the thief to steal from us, on the final day of the deathbed, all the hidden talents, skills, everything will come, and it will knock in our grave or in our deathbed, and it will ask, we came to you on that day, but you didn't allow us, but today we have to die with you. So what I'm trying to convey here is time is very precious. So each and every one of us must make a valuable use of it and explore this beautiful life and enjoy each and every moment, so that the thief becomes our friend and we become better in this world. Over to you, sir. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you very much. Yes, next topic is parting is sweet sorrow. Parting is sweet sorrow. This is a Shakespearean quote borrowed from Romeo and Juliet. The lovers met for the first time. Yes, in midnight, after when they part company, Juliet, yes, speaks this beautiful quote. Parting is sweet sorrow. Look at the brevity in 4 words, how he has conveyed the message productively. Sweet sorrow is an oxymoron. OXIMORON. That is linking the two antonyms into the word successively. Something like saying honest thief. How can there be an honest thief? Yes, there can be honest thief. That is oxymoron. So this is sweet sorrow. Parting is, look at the alliteration. Parting is sweet sorrow. Juliet addresses it to Romeo. Yes, parting is sweet sorrow. Any takers? Because I don't see the face of. Yes.
I am Ram. I can take the topic.
Parting is sweet sorrow.
Thank you, sir. My name is Ram. I joined this week as a member. So I'll take this topic. Parting is a sweet sorrow. This reminds me a quote I read long back. It said, "Don't be sorry because it is over. Be happy because it happened." So whenever we part with something or someone, we tend to feel sad. Instead of that, just remember, you got that opportunity to be in that moment or be with that person in your life. That is a privilege. Let me take an example from our own Chennai Toastmasters Club. When I joined Chennai Toastmasters Club in 2011 or 12, I met so many great people. Neena ma'am's dad, and I met Ravi Bhaskaran sir, Karthik Srinivasan, all these people. When they left, I was so sad. Even today, I cannot speak without wetting my eyes about these great people from Chennai Toastmasters. But when I look back, I am glad how many people got the opportunity to meet these wonderful people in their life. So I am fortunate to have all of them influence my life. So that is why whenever you think the parting is sad, just remember you are one lucky person to have that moment or those people in your life. So try to be happy and try to cherish their memories instead of being sad. Thank you. Over to the topic.
Yes, yes. So next topic is, yes, crime is the product of society. Crime is the product of society. Is it not? So many pickpockets, chain snatchers, they are all graduates. Yes, they are all, and many terrorists are engineering graduates. Crime is the product of society. It is the society, it is the circumstances, fate of circumstances that makes someone to steal or to housebreak, etc., etc. Any takers, crime is the product of society.
Can I take it?
Crime is the product of society.
Can I take it?
Oh yes, yeah, I don't see any. Most welcome. Crime is the product of society.
Okay, thank you for the topic. So crime is a product of society. So this is a long-lasting debate that I feel is going on. It's nature versus nurture. Is crime a nature of a person or is it nurtured into him? So according to me, what I feel is both sides play a role. So for example, if someone has a very traumatic childhood, they are more likely to become criminals in their adults. Or for example, if someone is really desperate and if someone is really in need, they will tend, like if you have a sick mother and if you don't have any money to spend on her for her health, you will tend to go out and steal money to tend to your sick mother. But it's not always as nature. A person has to have their head strong and they have to believe that something good will come out in some way if they do some good. But I'm sure this is easier said than done. And also people usually have a lot of societal pressures. But according to me, nature also plays a very big role, and people need to think, they need to be solution oriented and think for the better of themselves as well as the society. Thank you. Over to you.
Okay, thank you. Okay, thank you. Now, yes, next topic is, see, give every man your ear, EAR, but to a few your voice. This is also a Shakespearean quote from Hamlet. Give every man your ear. Very simple. Why do you think of Shakespeare? Yeah, just I told you that. Give every man your ear, EAR, but to a few your voice. Lesser you talk, better you listen. Yes, lesser you talk, better you listen. Give every man your ear, but to a few your voice.
I will take it. I will take it. I will take it.
Ah, yeah, it will be very simple. Yes.
It reminds.
Yes. Give every man your ear, but to a few your voice. Talk little, but listen more. Lesser you talk, better you will listen. That is my advice for 46 years of track record of Toastmaster. Lesser you talk, better you will be listened by the audience. No blah, blah, blah. Okay, you can go ahead.
Here we know that God has given us 2 ears and 1 mouth. The purpose is self-explanatory. So when we speak, we hardly speak. We just utter our emotions and the other person may take in his view. That is his privilege. But the more we listen, we get a wisdom, and we are in a capacity to understand the opinion and the wisdom of others also. But when we speak, we may utter those words knowingly, unknowingly, deliberately, undeliberately, or in order to say it will be bit annoying also for others. So these traits of emotions are very much deeply imbibed in a person, the how he born and brought up. So when we hear, likewise in olden days, when our grandparents, grandmas, and uncles, aunts used to say, the younger ones used to listen properly. Hence, the wisdom and the learnings are being inculcated. Now, people in the current generation, they used for small things, the opinions either from Google or from their surfing, which was readily available from elders. So what did we used to say? We keep our ears open, we get news from everywhere, we get the information from our neighborhood, we get all sort of things which may be useful for our livelihood. But when we speak, we should speak honestly, which is pleasing to the ears and which makes some sense and which influence someone, which is for better. Here I will say one quote also, that there was one butcher who was following for a cow to get it butchered. That the butcher asked the person, where does the cow went? So he said it went to right, whereas in fact it went to left. So he didn't tell lie. So that was the wisdom and the nature he developed with himself, that we hear with 2 ears and speak with 1 mouth. Over to you.
So thank you all.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you very much. Yes, I enjoyed the session very well. Thank you all. The signing off is Toastmaster T.R. Tyagarajan. Yes.
Yes, thank you for that wonderful TT session, Toastmaster Tyagarajan. So, my father bought a brand new car, and me being a mechanical engineer and working in an automobile industry, I really wanted to drive that car. And after 2 weeks of buying that car, I sat in the driver's seat for the first time to drive the car. And my father sat beside me. I placed my left leg on the clutch and I pressed it. And I placed my right leg on the brake. I started the car and engaged the first gear. I took off my right leg from the brake and I slowly released the clutch. The car moved slowly. And my father asked me to stop. I pressed the clutch, and instead of pressing the brakes, I pressed the accelerator. And again, I took off my leg from the clutch. The car went down and hit the wall. The front part of the car damaged completely. But my father didn't say anything. And the car got fixed in 2 weeks. And after 6 months, again I sat in the car in the driver's seat just to drive the car. And finally, again, I didn't lift my leg off the brakes. I released the brakes, but I didn't lift off my leg. And my father gave the comments whenever I made a mistake. By that way, I learned driving in my car. So another way of coming out of fear is by positive comments and feedback. Now, in order to become a pro in public speaking, we'll be having the general evaluation session where Toastmasters will be providing valuable comments for each and every speaker. So to conduct the session, I would like to call upon Toastmaster John Shelley.
Thank you, Team Modi. Good evening, Toastmasters and guests. It is so good to see you all once again. Now we are going to move on to the evaluation session. First of all, to evaluate speaker number one, Toastmaster Shrikant Kuttikrishnan, I would like to invite Toastmaster Rekha. Toastmaster Rekha, she runs her own organization called Kalpataru Consulting. If any of you need any consultation, you can get in touch with Toastmaster Rekha. It is related to a project management training, and she is also the current secretary of Chennai Toastmasters Club. Over to you, Toastmaster Rekha.
Yeah, thank you, Toastmaster John. Congratulations, Toastmaster Shrikant, for completing your icebreaker speech as a part of your motivational strategy pathway. And there are few things which I loved in your speech. So to share, what are those? I love the way you had structured your speech. It was indeed, it went as a smooth sequence right from the place you were born, the day you were born, and then till now, like you narrated or shared about your life story. Yeah. Life story, like about like you also shared like you have 10 more years in your service in railway station, or sorry, railway service. And the other part is like you had actually covered the entire life story. That was good, like right from your starting of your birthplace, and you actually, I felt like I traveled along with you in your life journey. So right from your telechery, and then like how did you meet your guru, your travel towards the spirituality, your family, and how you got the job. So all these were commendable, as you have covered the entire life journey of yourself. And throughout the speech you had sprinkled quotes and phrases. We were able to actually like to what feel and understand more about your feelings and things, like which was more very clear due to the phrases and the quotes which you have shared. So it was a complete picture of your life history, or life journey, but I was missing something. You were in Toastmasters for quite a good period, where you have contributed towards Toastmaster and also have taken back. So if you would have shared a few instances or about your journey in Toastmaster, I think the journey of yourself would have been complete. So to summarize, basically like your speech was complete, your speech was well structured, and it had a very good sequence right from the start of your birth till day, narrating all the details about your family, about your job, about your mother, where we could also have have a strong feeling, the emotional connect because of the use of the phrases and the quotes throughout the speech. And one small thing which would have made your speech a complete one is your journey in Toastmaster fraternity would have made the your speech a complete one. So all the very best for your next upcoming speeches. And now I would like to hand over the control back to the GE.
Thank you, Toastmaster Rekha. It was a wonderful evaluation. Now let's move on to the second evaluation. To evaluate speaker number two, Toastmaster Puneet, I would like to call upon his evaluator, Toastmaster Grita Shub. Grita Shub she is a homemaker, and she also like to take more leadership initiatives. Now I would like to hand over the control to Toastmaster Geeta.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sherlin. Good evening, everybody. And my special good evening to Toastmaster Puneet for completing his level 1. So with this speech, he'll be completing his level 1. Yes, coming to the recommendation parts, I have few recommendations for you, Toastmaster Puneet. Toastmaster Puneet, you started off your speech with a lot of energy, and you were very clear, you were confident, and you also had amazing gestures throughout your speech. You also had enough metaphors to express the message to us that time is an valuable coin, and we should be using time wisely so that we can create enough fortune for ourselves. Your speech objectives require you to give an informative speech, and based on the objectives or keeping in pace with your objectives, You have given us a lot of information about the various options that are available to us to create enough fortune for ourselves. So you spoke to us about the rental systems. You told us about the HR. You also told us about the computer applications, and yeah, you told us about 5 points, and all the points were supported with enough evidence and enough examples. For example, you had Walmart, you spoke to us about J.K. Rowling, you told us about the franchisee and the Neil Gris, and you had enough stuff to explain to us that these are the various options that we can use to create fortune for ourselves. So coming, your another objective requires you to have a well-organized speech, and true enough, your speech was well-organized. I also have few recommendations for you. The one important thing that Toastmasters teaches us is time management. I realized that you were a little abrupt when you had to wound up your speech little abruptly, because you did not have enough points to tell us about human resource management. So it is very important to have prior time trials so that you can convey your message in a very clear manner. I would also like to tell you that though you started off with a lot of energy, down the line your energy levels dropped. So it is very important to keep up with your energy levels throughout your speech, and probably you could have also tried to incorporate voice modulation in your speech. So to give a gist about what I just told you, you were very excellent in conveying your message. You were very clear, very confident, but the time trial also is required so that you can convey your message in a very clear manner. So with this, I hand over the control to the general evaluator, Toastmaster Sherlyn.
Thank you, Toastmaster Geeta. It was a very nice evaluation. Now I would like to call upon Toastmaster Syed Sultan to evaluate speaker number 3, Toastmaster Yasmin. Syed Sultan is a very young and energetic Toastmaster. He likes to take a lot of initiatives in Toastmasters fraternity. Now I would like to hand over the session to Toastmaster Syed Sultan.
Thank you, General Evaluator. Good evening, Toastmasters and guests, and good morning to my target speaker. Toastmaster Yasmin, listening to your speech was like reading an entire book of 8 chapters in a span of only 7 minutes. Though we completed the entire book in 7 minutes, but the message was clear. Toastmaster Yasmin, few things which I like the most in your speech are you did justice to the title. Not even for a second did you divert away from the topic. The entire speech was related to life, and you kept the audience hooked up by giving different messages. The second aspect is you segregated your speech into different chapters: health and fitness, emotional life, character, social life, professional life, and each chapter had a message. And finally, you summarized all the messages and gave one final message. As a human being, how I have to approach the life and how I have to lead my life. So that was really appreciable. And the third thing is this particular project demands you to have body language. And yes, you had hand gestures and you were comfortable with your hand gestures, and your facial expressions did support you in giving out the messages in the form of a speech. Now, if at all I have to give few suggestions to take this speech to a different level, then those would be, so Toastmaster Yasmin, your speech had value. So as an audience, what is there for me? So you addressed that question. So you gave so many messages, you added value, but I felt that the personal touch was somewhere missing. If you had come up with a personal story, how an incident which you faced in your life, and if you could have given a message out of that incident, then it would have become easy for the audience to step into your shoes and get connected with you. So I felt that personal touch was missing. And the other suggestion or recommendation is, So in this online meetings, hand gestures, eye contact, or few things which a speaker and an evaluator is left with to evaluate. So for some part of the speech, of your speech, I felt that the eye contact was somewhere missing. You were looking little up, not into the camera. So Toastmaster Yasmin, in these testing times, giving a beautiful message on life, on how to lead our life, how to approach our life is very much required, and you did justice to it. If you had some personal touch, then it would have been a perfect speech. I enjoyed evaluating your speech. All the best, and over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmasters. Thank you all evaluators for giving a nice feedback and good evaluation for all the speakers. I hope it will be definitely useful for the speakers in their future speeches. Now let's move on to the tag team report. Now I would like to call timer Toastmaster Deepak to read out his detailed report. Before reading his detailed report, can you please tell the evaluated qualified speakers and evaluators and qualified TT speakers too?
Good evening once again. Thank you, TM Toastmaster John, and all of our speakers, Toastmasters Srikant, Toastmaster Puneet, and Toastmaster Yasmin, are all qualified. So Toastmaster Srikant has completed exactly at 6 minutes, and
timing is not needed. Sorry to interrupt, Toastmaster Deepak. Timing is not needed. No, just read the qualified evaluators, speakers, and TT speakers.
Okay, all the speakers are qualified, and the speakers, Ravindran has crossed 2 minutes, and he has completed in 2 minutes 18 seconds. Other than him, everyone has qualified. So that 18 seconds, since this is my first time, do we consider or not? You please.
Okay, so it can be considered, and for the TT speakers, additional 30 seconds grace time can be given. So all the evaluators, speakers, and TT speakers is also qualified. Now we can give you a detailed report, Toastmaster. Along with the timings for each of the speakers, now you can give the details.
Okay. Toastmaster Srikant Kuttikrishnan has completed his speech in 6 minutes. Toastmaster Puneet has completed in 7 minutes and 23 seconds. Given the time limit of 5 to 7 minutes and 30 seconds of grace period, so he's qualified. Toastmaster Yasmin has completed in 6 minutes 8 seconds. And coming to the table topics, Toastmaster TTM Abraham, Toastmaster Abraham completed in 2 minutes 13 seconds. Toastmaster Sarath 1 minute 24 seconds. Toastmaster Ram 1 minute 39 seconds. Toastmaster Mushkin 1 minute 30 seconds. Toastmaster Ravindran 2 minutes 18 seconds. Here Toastmaster Abraham, he completed a little late, but this is partly my mistake, considering 2 to 3 minutes is every table topics person should have. Apologies for that. So I pull up the cards wrong.
Evaluators timings.
Evaluators timings. Toastmaster Rekha has completed in 2 minutes 58 seconds. Toastmaster Geeta completed in 3 minutes 15 seconds. Toastmaster Saeed completed in 3 minutes 1 second.
Thank you, Toastmaster Deepak, for your detailed report. Now let's move on to the. Sorry. Okay. Now let's move on to the next role player. The accounter for today's Toastmaster Abhilash. Toastmaster Abhilash, can you please give your detailed report?
Yes. Am I audible?
Yes, you are audible.
Thank you. So, hi everyone. So here is my detailed report on the sums, the filler sounds, etc. for the day. So we'll start with the opening session. So, the opening session, Toastmaster Abhirami as the Sergeant at Arms had 2 sums and so's. Toastmaster Guruvayurappan as the presiding officer had 1 so. Toastmaster Gautam as the Toastmaster of the day had 3+ ums and so's. There was 1 unnatural pause, and he repeated the words and like. Toastmaster John as the general evaluator had 2 R's. Toastmaster Abhinami, this time in the role of the game master, had 2 hours and repeated the words okay and so. So that concludes the opening session. Moving on to the prepared speakers. So we had 3 prepared speakers today. Toastmaster Shrikant had one slightly longer pass in the beginning of the speech, and there were repetitions of the words very, but, and. Toastmaster Puneet as the second speaker, he had 2 hours and 1 and. Toastmaster Yasmin as the third speaker had 2 hours, 1 pause, and repeated the words and then. Moving on to the third session, the table topics. DTM Abraham as the first TT speaker had 1 hour and repeated the word and. Excuse me for the TT master designation, that is TT speaker. Toastmaster Sharath had 3+ hours. DTM Ram was perfect, so a round of applause. No hours, no arms, no filler words, nothing. Toastmaster Muskan had 3+ hours and 1 and. And Toastmaster Ravinder Dahiya had 1 hour. The final session, which is the evaluation session, Toastmaster Rekha, the first evaluator, had 3+ hours and also repeated the words but, and so. Toastmaster Geeta, the second evaluator, had 1 hour and repeated the word and. And finally, Toastmaster Syed as the third evaluator repeated the words and so. He did not have any filler sounds. That concludes my report. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Abhilash, for your detailed report. Now let's move on to the grammarian report. The grammarian for today is Toastmaster Lakshmi Narayan. I would like to hand over the control back to Toastmaster Lakshmi Narayan.
Thank you, John. It was a pleasure doing the grammarian role today because I had to capture a lot of good messages from most of the speakers. Before getting into the report, I just want to say the word of the day is been used by 4 people like TM Gautam, TM Shrikant Kottikrishnan, TM Tyagarajan, and DTM Zach. Now I'm going to share the report here, like the good usages, because I captured only the good usages here. The first is by the TM Modi Gautam. Some of the good words are overcome fear, and then hydrophobia, the fear of water. I like the conditions there, like unless bucket or a jug, and scared to the core, and then mind went blank. And then there are many good usages by prepared speaker TM Shrikant Kottikrishnan. I tried to observe maximum and try to capture as much I can understand. The point here is before I start noting it down, I'm missing other quotes from him. So there's full of lot of references and quotes from him. Kudos to TM Shrikant. Some of them to quote here is that life was comfortable, and the purpose of life is a big thought-provoking message. And then the quote, like, when the student is ready, master will show up. The other quote, we are all spiritual beings having human experience, not human being having spiritual experience. And then the state of mind, attachment is the most deadliest virus, and we have to love everybody and serve everybody. These are some of the good quotes I observed from his speech. Then comes Puneet. Of course, Puneet also had too much good usages to capture. Some of them I highlighted here is time is the most important coin. And formal education makes your life, self-education makes your fortune. And thus money grows on tree. And he also answered for it, if you have a money tree. And then some of the good words are perseverance, belief shatter, inculcate, and then content is the king. And you use the last but not the least quite frequently as well. And Toastmaster Yasmin, the best part is life is a book and each day is a page. And write the best book that has ever been written, and that's our own book. This is the best part I could see in the speech. And then they mentioned about health and fitness, emotional life, spiritual life. And the next most important is the parenting, talking about parenting with no child. Anyone who look up to you as a role model is also your child. That's the best message we can see from the speeches. And then comes our TT Master Tyagarajan. Wow, he had so many nice quotes to mention here. I think that will take, I'll cross the red light in this for a speech time. But still, I want to mention all those things. Like none should be dread of me being TT master. That's the first point he mentioned, and he said you should fear for the fear. And after that, there are almost all the TT topics were quotes by itself. Like time is a subtle thief of youth. Parting is sweet sorrow. It's a quote from Shakespeare's Romeo and Juliet. And he also mentioned about look at his brevity, and then used the word oxymoron and also explained how it has been used here, the sweet and sorrow. Okay. And the crime is the product of society. And then the title, give every man your ear, but few your voice. Again, it's a quote from Shakespeare's Hamlet. Okay, I'll go back to this speech. And lesser you talk, better you listen. Then coming to DTM Zach about sell ice cream to Eskimos. Sorry, I had get the voice breakage, so I couldn't capture some of the good words he used. I'm definitely sure I could have used good usages there, but I couldn't capture that. And then DTM Ram, parting is sweet sorrow. Like some of the words sentence uses without wetting my eyes, and cherish memories instead of being sad. And then Muskan, have their head strong. And then the one speaker, sorry, is referred as J14. And some of these usages like more we listen, we get wisdom. Younger ones listen carefully, learnings are inculcated. These are the good words I've seen from here. And also you mentioned about the butcher and keep our eyes open. And the evaluation part, I'll quickly move on to. TM Rekha used some of the good words, sentences like smooth sequence, commendable, and sprinkled quotes and phrases, and journey in Toastmaster fraternity. These are the good usages I've seen. And evaluated Geeta Shroff, like amazing gestures and enough metaphors to express and enough fortune for ourselves. Wound up your speech little abruptly, and then mentioned about time trial. And the last speaker I'm going to mention is evaluator Syed Sultan. He mentioned about reading an entire book in 7 minutes. That is true. And made justice to title and audience hooked up. And the last question he mentioned is, as an audience, what is there for me? I felt this is a good usage of sentence. And that's it from me. Sarian, over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Lakshmi Narayana, for the detailed report. Now it's time for the General Evaluator report. Today's meeting was so good. It was flawless. Everything was done to the perfection, especially the game session. I had enjoyed very much because it was both innovative and interactive. I could see all the members can give in the inputs during the course of the game session. So at the same time, we also had learned some new words as well. So the game session was good, and I congratulate Toastmaster who had done that session brilliantly. So all the speakers and evaluators had done their job to the perfection. It was done greatly. And so there are some suggestions from my end so that which can be improved in the future meetings to come. If there is any message has to be passed on to any of the members, kindly use chat box instead of saying it in during the meeting. So because it interacts the speakers who is it distracts the speakers while they are speaking. So it's better to use chat box, and everyone are having an eye on the chat box, so it will be easy for them not to get distracted while they are giving their feedback or speech or evaluation or anything for that matter. And in the TT session was so good, but what I found is that the TT topics were repeated more than it was needed. Like the TT topic can be repeated once or twice, and today's it was repeated more than it was needed. So if it was avoided, most speakers could have got a chance. That is what I had felt. And the general evaluator and the time Toastmaster of the day should have to ensure that all the role players, the tag team, are briefed with the roles and objectives before the start of the meeting, so that it will be easy for the new role players and the tag players to do the role to the perfection. So it includes me as well. So every CE and the Toastmaster of the day has to have a responsibility to have a word with all the role players, speakers, evaluators, and to explain the objectives and the roles so that they can do the role to the perfection. So these are the suggestions from my end, and I wish these feedback could be taken forward or in the future meetings. And now I like to hand over the control back to the Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Gautam.
Yes, thank you, Toastmaster John Sherlin, for that wonderful session. So now everyone has fear, right? So we only have one life. We only have one life, right? So not to live this life to the fullest, we have to overcome all the fear that we have. Only by that we can unleash our entire potential, and we can achieve the greater success. So thank you for the opportunity, and thank you for this session. Now I would like to hand over the session to Presiding Officer Toastmaster Guruvayurappan.
Sir, you're on mute.
Thank you, Gautam. We are having another session called Moment of Truth, now which will be happening right now. So please don't go away, stay here. We'll be initiating breakup rooms for each group. We are split into 5 groups. So each one will be given some time to discuss about the feedback, which I will come to know. Just stay here. Stay.
The meeting, I think your Toastmaster Club is definitely a well-oiled machine. I was very inspired by all the speeches, the evaluation, and every activity, the game time, and just the constant reevaluation of everything that you do. So thank you so much, Ram, for inviting me. I hope to continue to be part of this. Thank you.
Thank you, leader. Yeah, today's results have been going to declare the results. Best tag team player award goes to Grammarian T.M. Lakshminarayan. Best role player award goes to Toastmaster Gautam. And best evaluator award goes to Toastmaster Syed Sultan. Best table topic speaker award goes to Toastmaster Ram Mohan, DTM Ram Mohan. And best speaker award goes to Toastmaster Srikanth Kuttikrishnan. Congratulations to all the winners and all the role players, all done the best job. So with this, I hand over the control to Toastmaster Venu Nilakanta to conduct the educational session.